Good evening, friends. Foremost, I thank Mumbai Coin Society for inviting me for this lecture. Today's subject is the coat of arms, or what we call in today's language monogram, crest, or logo. It is a very strange subject that there are a lot of reference books or catalogs for reference on coins, postage stamps and so many other collectibles. But there is no book or no catalog on this subject. So one has to use your own knowledge and imagination for this subject. Now, coat of arms was devised way back in 1700s in Europe and England, when there were quite a few wars and games were played. So people were unable to find out where their soldiers or the players are. So they devised a kind of design to be put on their long coats. So behind, on the back, they used to put these signs so people could identify where my player is, what he is doing, or where the soldier is doing. And then it became a practice. And like in India, there were a lot of small princely states in Europe and England. So then they devised and modified on the subject, and that is how the coat of arms became famous. The same thing applied to India also. Around 1880s, the government of India thought that such a big country is difficult to govern and manage. So they thought, why not take help of the princely states who were very popular amongst their area. So to infuse them, they gave them powers, police, judges and so on. And amongst them was this coat of arms, was also introduced and permitted by the British government at that point of time. This was in around 1880s. The beginning, artists were introduced to Indian subjects, and they designed their coat of arms for the big states who were able to pay their money or the fees. But then later on, the Indian artists also picked up and devised monograms. Monograms depicted the king's religious beliefs, flora and fauna of their surrounding states, and so many other things, which I will show you in the slides that we will follow. Here I would like to tell you something very strange, and that is the Nawab of Awadh. Normally what happens that once a monogram is selected, it goes on forever, for a longer period of time. Like India, we have this three-lion emblem. Since 47 it has been in use. Here what happened, the last four Nawabs had their own emblems. The first one was devised 1820s, where Ghaziuddin Haidar became the Nawab, and he was so much interested in European style of life that his dress, palaces, everything was done in European style, including he engaged foreign white officers to train his army. And so the monogram also he devised on his own, which was permitted by the East India Company. Even on their coins, these emblems are depicted, which I will show you on the slides. The first one is from Ara. It is in Bihar, and you can read here Zamindar and Banker. This is Alirajpur in Madhya Pradesh, possibly Ram Bhagwan with bow and arrow. ये सब लकी साइंस है, शंख, कमल, गदा, धनुष बाण, ये भी गदा है. नेक्स्ट, दिस इज अलवर. बीच में डैगर है और दिस इज नेचुरली कलर्ड, ओरिजिनली कलर्ड. एक बाजू गाय, एक बाजू शेर है और ऊपर ये क्राउन है. नेक्स्ट,
नीचे क्या लिखा हुआ है?
नीचे स्लोगन है, पढ़ा ही नहीं दे रहे. दिस अमजद अली खान फ्रॉम लखनऊ विथ अ फिश एंड क्राउन और उसके ऊपर छतरी.
नॉट ए कॉइन ना?
इज ए 1 रुपी कॉइन. अभी ये जरा आप ध्यान में रखना, और बाकी जो नवाब आएंगे उनके सबका ये अलग होगा. नेक्स्ट,
और ये नीचे क्या मिर्ची है क्या? मिर्ची वहाँ पर दिखता था.
बैक कर एक. ये उर्दू में सब लिखा हुआ है.
नहीं, ताज के नीचे
मच्छी है, फिश. नेक्स्ट, ये उसका मोनोग्राम है, लास्ट नवाब वाजिद अली विथ 2 mermaids on the sides holding a flag and a crown here on the top. और ये ढाल है इधर. नेक्स्ट, ये मोहम्मद अली, 2 female guards holding the crown and a fish. जितने भी प्रिंसली स्टेट नदी के पास में रहते हैं उनमें ज़्यादातर फिश तो होती है, वेदर इट इज़ ए मुस्लिम और ए हिंदू स्टेट. नेक्स्ट, नासिरुद्दीन हैदर, इसका भी ये 2 शेर फ्लैग लेके खड़े हैं और क्राउन और छतरी और यहाँ पे फिश. नेक्स्ट, ये लास्ट नवाब वाजिद अली, ये 2 मरमेड हाथ में ये चमर लेके खड़ी हैं, एक हाथ में, दूसरे हाथ में फ्लैग है विथ क्राउन एंड विथ छतरी. These are all 1 rupee coins of Lucknow. This is Bijawar state in Madhya Pradesh. ये है ज़मींदार बलियाती ढाका, now in Bangladesh. 2 horses holding the shield और यहाँ ऊपर है ये फ्लाइंग एंजल. ये पूरा वेस्टर्न इन्फ्लुएंस से बनाया हुआ है एंड दिस इज मेड ऑफ सिल्वर. ये नीचे है देवेंद्र नाथ राय चौधरी. दिस मेड ऑफ सिल्वर. नेक्स्ट, ये है बनारस स्टेट विद त्रिशूल ऑन टॉप and 2 fishes here and 2 cows holding the shield. Next, ये है वांसदा करके जगह है इन साउथ गुजरात. ये पंजा है यहाँ पे, एंड 2 bears होल्डिंग द शील्ड, और ऊपर मोर जैसा पक्षी है. पॉसिबली दे हैड मोर ऑफ bears इन देयर जंगल. दिस इज ऑल ए ट्राइबल एरिया. नेक्स्ट. ये राजस्थान का है. हनुमान जी इन द शील्ड एंड 2 warriors होल्डिंग द शील्ड. ये बांसवाड़ा पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट. और ये ऊपर हिरन जैसा है. नेक्स्ट. दिस इज बड़ौदा with the crown and talwar and the initial of the king, possibly this Pratap Singh Rao Gaikwad, PG. Next. This is also from Baroda. 2 elephants holding a gada in their trunk, और जय महादेव. और ये यहाँ पे शील्ड में कैवलरी मैन गोइंग एट फुल गैलप. जीन घर जीन तख्त. द ओरिजिनल गायकवाड who established the state was a first class cavalryman. और इसका मीनिंग होता है जीन ही मेरा घर है और जीन यानी सैडल मेरा तख्त है. अभी यहाँ फारूक भाई ने भी अच्छा डिस्प्ले किया है ऑफ द सेम थिंग. नेक्स्ट. ये रियासत बड़वानी इस मध्य प्रदेश, इंदौर से कुछ 200 किलोमीटर दूर है. पटेल, वो रैंक होती है ना पटेल की. और ये है 2 हिरन और ऊपर है ये टाइगर. नेक्स्ट. ये है भरतपुर, लायन और एलिफेंट होल्डिंग द शील्ड. और ये भरतपुर का किला और ऊपर फ्लैग. और यहाँ पे सब लकी साइंस, डैगर, पैलेस, एलिफेंट. नेक्स्ट. ये है भावलपुर. शो द अदर साइड. नेक्स्ट. ये भावलपुर का है. ये क्या बोलते हैं, गेहूँ का छोड़ है. ये चांद तारा, ही बीइंग ए मुस्लिम, दैट इज़ अ कैमल ईयर. पूरा रेगिस्तान है और चांद तारा इधर ऊपर भी है. नेक्स्ट. ये है भावनगर इन गुजरात. भावनगर is a port city, so they have this sailboat on the top, and a cow holding a shield with this mythological type of bird, and the slogan reads मनुष्य यत्न ईश्वर कृपा, यानी मनुष्य का प्रयत्न और ईश्वर की कृपा. नेक्स्ट. ये वापस आ गया. हाँ, दिस इज़ भोपाल, अलेक्जेंड्रा हाई स्कूल भोपाल. और यहाँ भी देखिए भोपाल में देयर आर लॉट ऑफ क्या बोलते हैं लेक्स है. तो दे हैव दिस फिश होल्डिंग द शील्ड. और ये किला है. नेक्स्ट. ये बिजावर स्टेट इन मध्य प्रदेश. एक बाजू हिरन जैसा है, एक ये टाइगर है. और ये जो लिखा हुआ है वो उनकी भाषा में कुछ लिखा हुआ है विच प्रेजेंट पीपल आर अनेबल टू सी और रीड. नेक्स्ट, ये है बीकानेर. ये स्पैरोज है इधर एंड 2 tigers holding the shield. Jai Jangalधर Badshah. This title was given to the first Raja Rao Bika by the local tribal people. Next. This is Bombay city. 2 cities were given during the British rule. Like in England, many cities had their own monograms. So similarly, here also they had 2 cities were given monograms. One was Bombay and the second was Calcutta. Calcutta at that time was the capital city of India. And this Bombay is here being a port. Sail ships are there. A lion with a crown on top, and the slogan is written in Latin. It reads Urbs Prima in Indis, that is premier city in India. 1917. Next. This is the British government emblem with a lion and the unicorn holding the shield. Next. Here I would say it is on display that there is a difference between the government of India, British government, and the East India Company. So I have displayed one small monogram of East India Company in the cabinet that you must see. This is Burdwan in today's West Bengal, having the horse's head here and 2 swords pointing downwards. Burdwan today is an industrial area. Maharaj Kumar Abhay Chand Mahtab. Okay, next. This is a coat of arms of city of Calcutta. Calcutta being a river port, they had this water birds here. Possibly they are called egrets. And crown here, and this steamboat, very early of the steamboats, paddle boat they are called. Next. This is West Bengal. This dolphin here in the river, and lion with a crown and the horse also with a crown. Next. This is Kuch Bihar. This is a coin of half rupee. Next. With the other side. Next. Har Har Mahadev. This is of Kolhapur. Two elephants holding the shield and the sun with the wings. And this is a musical instrument, wind instrument, which is blown. Next. This is Devas with the sun with the wings and Hanumanji holding the Parvat going towards left, and 2 elephants holding the shield. Next. This is of Dhar. Sansthan Kile Dhar. 2 elephants holding the shield, and this bird here with a part of fort. Next. This is of Dharampur in South Gujarat, near Vapi. Next. This is Dungarpur. One side is very lightly struck, so is not very clear. Next. The other side is proper. Rajya Dungarpur, 1 paisa. Samvat 2001. Next. This is Gwalior. 2 tigers holding the shield and cobra on the top. You will find cobra on all Gwalior monograms and also on coins. There is a story behind this, that the first person who established this Gwalior state was a small kid somewhere near Satara, working in a field, and he got tired, so he went to sleep in the sun, and this cobra was shielding him. So when people saw this, they gathered. So some elders say that he is a very lucky person and he is going to be the king, because cobra is shielding him. So that is why this cobra is everywhere. Next. This again is Gwalior. Lancers is a cavalry regiment of Gwalior state. Again the cobra and the flags. Next. Even in this coin, just look at the jewellery. Madhavrao Scindia. Their original surname is Shinde, but then the British converted into Scindia. Next. Pav Ana. Again you will have this cobra here and here also in the shield. There are some coins which bear these monograms of the states. These are a few of them. Next. This is Jamindar Hindupura. It is in Karnataka, with a beautiful face of sun and its flying horse and a tiger. Andhra. Okay. Next. Maharaja of Hathua. This is in Bihar. Crown on top and 2 swords and a shield. Next. This is Nizam of Hyderabad, the district of Nizams, HEH, police badge. And this pagdi is typical of Nizam, all the Nizams will find with this kind of headgear. Next. This is Eider or Himmatnagar in Gujarat. There is a beautiful face, sun face here in the shield, a bird on top and two horses. Unfortunately, this came as like this only. When it came to me, it was broken with a broken tail. Next. This is Maharaja Holkar, Indore. They were Surya Vanshis, so have this Suraj here with a umbrella, bhala and scimitar, horse and cow holding the shield. So this is where you can find out whether it is Surya Vanshi or Chandra Vanshi. Next. This is again Indore with umbrella and the monogram. Air raid precaution. This was issued during the Second World War, when the government thought that many parts of India may be bombarded by the Japanese. So they had this air raid precaution. Next. There is a Holkar with typical Maratha pagdi and jewellery. Next. The same monogram on this is a 1 rupee coin of Indore, 1 rupiya. Next. Chandi. This is of Jaipur State Police. पाँच छः घोड़े वाला रथ में ये वॉरियर जा रहा है. इज ए बटन है कोट का. नेक्स्ट. दिस ऑफ जैसलमेर. ये उनकी भाषा वहाँ की मारवाड़ी में लिखा हुआ है. भाटी सरनेम है इधर, ये भाटी. और वहाँ पे ये दिस काइंड ऑफ स्पैरोज आर फाउंड इन दैट डेजर्ट, सो दे हैव दिस स्पैरो ईयर. नेक्स्ट. दिस जामखंडी स्टेट इन नॉर्थ कर्नाटक एंड two elephants holding the shield with a flag and sun face here with Ankush here. Shri Ganapati Prasanna, and is number 1. Normally the number 1 car or the carriage is used by the king himself. Next. This Jammu and Kashmir rifles. It is all gold embroidery on a woolen background. Dogra soldiers holding the shield with the flag and the Dogra king cap and the sun face here. Jammu and Kashmir rifles. Next. Two soldiers holding the shield with the flag.
Which state?
No, it's not Jammu Kashmir. Some other state is there. I forget the name. These are monograms. Some of them are quite impressive to look at. चालू आगे हाँ नेक्स्ट this is Nawanagar, what is now Jamnagar. We have these three fishes here. Again, Jamnagar is a port, and two deers here. Even here, head of the deer is there. Next. This again is Jamnagar only. Jai Ashapura is the name of Mataji, their Kuldevi, the lion holding the flag. Next. This is Jhabua state, central India. Two tigers holding the shield, and the shield, Krishna Bhagavan is there playing Basuri. Darbar Jhabua. Or this is popularly that Morpank. Next. Sun face here. Hanumanji flying, holding the bow. Next. Lion with a crown, horse holding the shield, elephant here, and the flag, and two swords. Heaven's light, our guide. This is a Punjab state of Nava. Next. This is Jind. The Mataji is sitting here on the top. Two lions holding the shield with swords and shield. And Maharaja Jind. This is a very old spelling. Normally we write Jind, Jhend, Jind. So that is an old spelling. Next. This is Jodhpur. These two birds holding the shield, bird also in the shield, and the slogan is Ranabanka Rathod. Next. This is Junagadh Sarkar infantry. This is a belt buckle with the lion. Junagadh is famous for its Gir lions. Next. No, not Patiala. It is a slogan in Latin. Patria. This again is a Punjab state with a cannon here. Next. This is Kishangarh in Rajasthan with the bird about to fly, and three forts and the animals holding the shield. Next. This again is Har Har Mahadev, Kolhapur. Hanumanji flying. Next. There is a medallion of Kolhapur, Chhatrapati Shahaji 2. A typical ceremonial pagdi and lot of medals and gold necklaces worn here. Next. This is the back side of that medallion, Jai Bhavani, and with the Bhavani sword. Next. This is Qasim Bazaar in West Bengal. Qasim Bazaar. These are two horses with the wings holding the shield. It's a kind of musical instrument here. This is Qasim. This is Qasim Bazaar, not Cox Bazaar.
It's called Qasim Bazaar. It's spelled like Qasim Bazaar. Written like this.
This is near Murshidabad.
Yeah.
But is this in Bangladesh or India?
In India.
West Bengal.
India.
That is Cox Bazar in Bangladesh.
That is a different thing. Cox Bazaar is different.
Cox Bazaar is different, but this is Qasim Bazaar. They call it Qasim.
Next. Mataji on top here, and two this mythological kind of horses here, and Hindu deity
Garuda.
with a lot of with wings about to fly. Next. Courage and confidence. This is from Kutch in Gujarat. Next. Vado Chauhan Baghel. A tiger-like animal here, and two birds holding the shield. And palm on the top. Possibly yes. Next. This is Maler Kotla. This is a leather bag to carry messages.
They bullet pouch. Ammunition pouch.
Ammunition pouch. There are two deer holding the shield, a cannon here, swords, and Heaven's Light our guide, Maler Kotla. And possibly here is Chantara. I don't know whether it's Muslim state or what. Next. This is Jodhpur, Marwad, and their Kuldevi is Chamunda Devi, and her Vahan is the kite, Samdi. So this Samdi here. Next. This again is a British government monogram with the leather bag. Is this also a bullet carrying thing?
Yes.
Kitna? Next. This is Mewad Medical Department, Sanitary Inspector. Here we have this tribal one and the Rajput and the sun face here. Both are holding different kind of weapons. Here is a bow and arrow, and this one is carrying a sword. Next. This is Morvi state in Gujarat. Two lions here and a flag on both sides. Next. This is Mysore. This is a combination of elephant and a lion. And in the shield, there is a two-faced eagle. This I am told that it comes from Vijayanagar Empire. This lot of coins of this image are there in the gold.
Even like in Europe or Russia,
Yes,
and Austria-Hungarian Empire.
even US has this emblem. Next. This is Jind state. Elephant on top, lion and a horse. Next. This again is Jamnagar. Shri Jamo Jayati. Next. This is not from India, this is of Nepal. This is a kukri, famous for Gurkhas. माता जी का चरण और one holding the rifle, one holding the bhala, and a slogan in Latin. Here is mountain and Shankar Bhagwan sitting here with holding a trishul. I thought some diversion is required, so I put this one here, Nepal.
Before independence, it was getting state of India only.
Yeah. Next. Holding the lion and the tiger and the shield. Next.
What is the reverse of death?
નથી આમાં
પહેલે.
નથી આમાં. This is Palanpur in Gujarat. Most of the diamond traders come from this place. There is a bird here and two antelopes and a slogan written in Urdu. This is all enameled work. Next. This is Palitana in Gujarat. Very famous for Jain तीर्थंकर्स. जैनों का बहुत बड़ा ये है तीर्थ यात्रा. हाँ. The slogan read rejoice in God and Trishul here. And the best part of this is it from both sides it can be seen. So maybe it was put on a gate where from inside and outside one can see. Next. This is a ceremonial belt all in gold embroidery. Patiala state. With elephant here holding lion and horse holding the shield. Next. This again is Patiala. This is all enamel work. Next. This is Poonch state in Jammu and Kashmir. Poonch. And beautiful swastik here in the shield with a cannon, taraju, rifles, and here is Mataji here sitting. Next is Porbandar in Gujarat, Hanumanji. Next, this is Radhanpur in Gujarat with Chantara on top with a Nawab and a shield here. Very plain looking monogram. Next, this is Rajkot with the बीच दूध का चांद है और ऊपर हिरन जा रहा है and Trishul here. So maybe they were Chandravamshis. Next. This is a token kind of badge with a sun face and flag. This is a place called Ramgarh in Madhya Pradesh. Maybe the king was very much fond of justice, so he has only one taraju here. And the lion here seems to be laughing. Next, this is Rampur in Uttar Pradesh. Again a Nawab. This is all embroidery work with fish and tigers holding the shield, crown and the chhatri. Next, this is Ratlam State Police. Again Hanumanji in the shield and two birds holding the shield. Next, this is Rewa State. Very few monograms have a year on them, and this is one of them, 1885. संवत नहीं सन लख्યું છે. The same monogram can be seen on coins also of Rewa. And this is a all forest area. So they have this tiger. Even today the tiger reserve is there in Rewa. Next. This is the other side of it. Next. These are all 1 rupee coins of Rewa State. गुलाब सिंह बहादुर. ये संवत है 1875. 1975. Next. This is Sandur in Karnataka. वहाँ पे वो मैंगनीज की बड़ी खदान है. सांदूर मैंगनीज करके कंपनी भी है. These two elephants and holding the shield. This is a kind of medal. Next. This is Sirmur in Himachal Pradesh. Elephant on top. ये मंदिर है दोनों and swords. Next. This Sirohi in Rajasthan. Next. There is a place called Surangi, a very small place between Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Loyal and just, and the initials of the king here. Possibly this was a zamindar. Next. Tikari in Bihar. But actually, I am told that this is not the original monogram. This monogram is of this trust, Belhara Trust. But the finishing and everything is so good. You have a river here, a mandir, a cow and bachada, and a tree, and Krishna Bhagavan playing flute on the tree. Tikari. It is near Bodh Gaya. Next. This is Raj Tirwa, Fatehgarh, UP. Lion holding the flag. Next. This is Tong state in South Rajasthan. Again Chantara here. Next. This is a police badge of government 1857-58 United Provinces Police. Now what is Uttar Pradesh? Next. Two lions holding a shield and a trishul and a flag. Next. Is Vijayanagaram in Andhra Pradesh. Very decorative monogram. Two elephants holding the crown and flags with different lucky symbols. And these people who have heard the radio commentary of cricket in the old times, there was a Vizi who was very famous in giving commentary. He was from this state.
He was actually the first captain of India.
Okay. He was called Vizi. He was called Vizi. Next. This is Vithalgarh state. Shankar Bhagwan in the middle, in the shield, two elephants holding it.
Where is it?
In Maharashtra. Next. Now we get over with this metal monograms. I will show you a few of letterheads. Ajaygarh, Central India. Tiger and antelope holding the shield with the fort here. 2nd November 1939. I have taken only the monograms, concentrated on monograms, so many times you may not be able to read the date. Next. Fort Baghera, Ajmer. Next. This is Alwar Rajputana, 1922. Next. This place called Ambaliara in Gujarat. A small state but very nice monogram. And these colored monograms were used by the king himself. Whenever he was writing, he will use this colored letterhead. Next. This is Nawab of Arcot, Amir Mahal Palace, Madras, 1944. Pardon?
They are all from the single country. They are all addressed to, earlier ones were all addressed to Nawab Sahib.
Next is Athamalik state in Orissa. Very simple monogram with two swords, Chhatri and Poda. But they have this Latin slogan. Next. This is Bhavalpur, now in Pakistan. Two water birds holding the shield, Chantarai on the top. Next is Balasinore state in Gujarat. Two birds holding the shield with a dagger inside, and again Chantara. He was a Nawab there in Balasinore. Next, this is Baria, Devgarh Baria in Gujarat, Panchmahal district, with two flying horses holding the shield. Maharaj Kumar Sahib and Raja's signature here. He is writing to Bundi state. Next is a close-up of Baria, 1909. Tiger here, bow and arrow, a cannon and horses. Next, this is Bastar in today's Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. Raja Bhansdev, now which is a Naxal infested area. All these colors are different. Mataji riding horse, riding lion. Next, this is Baudh state, Orissa. Beautiful monogram with peacock and a sun face here and swords. Next, this is Beri state in Bundelkhand. Date is 1946. Next, this is Bundi state. Next, this is Kambe, Khambat. Two mermaids holding the shield. 1939. खंबात में भी इधर नवाब थे and two ships here, sail ships. Next, this is Chhatarpur in central India. Darbar Chhatarpur. Next, this place called Chuda in Gujarat. I think many people are here from Chuda. Two tigers holding the shield with Trishul in the middle, and the sun and the moon. Next is again Jai Ashapura, lion holding the flag. Jamnagar is also called Nawanagar. Next, this again is from state in Orissa. Keonjhar. Next, this is Kolhapur, Jai Bhavani. Can you tell me what is this instrument called? This is a wind instrument which is blown. हाँ, અહીંયા છે ઘણા. Next, this is a Korea State Eastern State Agency, and now in Orissa. Next, Kota, with Mataji sitting on top, with these horses with the wings holding the shield. Next is Kothi state in central India, now Madhya Pradesh. These two lions or tigers, they are not looking at each other but against, holding the flag, and the king's initial here in the shield. Next, this is a Kutch monogram, courage and confidence. Next, this again is Kutch, but the palace is writing from a palace in Mandvi. This is a beautiful light blue colored paper, and with this white embossed monogram. Next,
The state of Kutch.
state of Kutch. This again is Kutch. Next is Mysore. Next, this is Raj Nagod Unchehara, central India. Rajanandagaon. That is in Maharashtra or Chhattisgarh? Chhattisgarh. Possibly they had not much money, so this is a kind of rubber stamp they have used. And is the name of Srimati Bagelin Rani Sahib, Maji Sahib. हाँ, Shankar Bhagwan and Parvati Mai sitting here. चलो आगे. Next, Orcha. This is a beautiful monogram. Lions holding the shield, and Mataji here sitting in the middle. एक बाजू हनुमान जी है, एक बाजू सूरज है. These are all in gold ink. Next, this is Palanpur with Chand Tara. Next, Pratapgarh, Rajasthan. Next, Patiala. The date is year is 1918, and if I remember well, this letter is signed by Maharaja himself. Next, this is Patna state in Orissa. Patna is not to be mistaken for capital of Bihar. Next, this is Porbandar. The sign that you see here, this monogram is printed on mother of pearl, and the Hanumanji sitting here. Next, This again is Porbandar, Hanumanji in the middle. Next is Pudukottai in Tamil Nadu. Proceedings of the Darbar. Next, this is Darbargarh, Punadra state in Gujarat. Maybe this is the only state which had King's Maharaja's portrait on the letterhead. And here you see this monogram. It is gold ink and quite high on the paper. One can feel it when you move your hand. Embossed. This is Raigad. I think now that is in Jharkhand. Next, this is Raira Khol via Sambalpur. So that is again is Orissa. Next, this is Rampur state with a seal. Next is a crested sample sheet, Bakshi Bazar, Allahabad. There are so many monograms they have printed, all of them are here. Particularly this one here is very nice with peacock, and I think there is Krishna Bhagwan here with the Bansuri. Next, this again is a sample card, Sattarpur CI, Baraunda state. Okay, thank you very much for the patient hearing, and thank you.
Without the support of family members, these collections, and I am sure that many collectors will have the same problem, and it is not possible. And I thank my family members for that full-hearted support. ये एक पागलपन होता है ना, कलेक्ट करना एक पागलपन जैसा होता है, तो ये पागलपन टॉलरेट करना वो भी एक बड़ी बात है.
Any questions?
Anyone have any questions?
Out of how many total states you have recorded here?
Here? I am not counted.
अगर आपने कॉइन स्टार्स चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो कृपया इसे सब्सक्राइब करिए और पास में लगे हुए बेल आइकन को भी दबाइए ताकि हमारे आने वाले सारे एपिसोड्स की जानकारी आपको लगातार मिलती रहे. धन्यवाद. फिर मिलेंगे बहुत ही जल्दी और एक नए और रोचक सिक्के की जानकारी लेकर.